Yo, what's up? Today we're going to be over the My Player and My Career article that came out here recently. I'm going to go over the pros and cons that we have gotten in this past week. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to go over the My Player builder, okay? And there has been a lot of good changes that I'm going to get into, okay? With the first being, they have taken the stamina and the acceleration stat away from the actual builder itself. Acceleration has now been turned into agility, which is good because now speed with ball and ball handle are the only things that will control the dribbling badges that you can unlock, okay? Because as you know, as 2K24, you needed also speed and acceleration to get certain dribbling badges. But now everything will be focused on just dribbling and speed with ball, okay? On top of that, the biggest and best change of this entire thing is you can now see what animations and jump shots you can get in the tester. And not just that, you can put them on and test it. They have added an open court that you can dribble on, and on top of that, you can now test this build against real players, okay? I've been sick and tired of having to test my build out against AIs that play perfect defense, that know my every single move, with the worst dribble moves, the worst jump shots in the game that they let you test it out with. So huge W's over from people at 2K that are now allowing us to see this, because now we might not make the wrong build, or we don't have to look up a bunch of stuff on what animations we have to use or can use based on our stats. The only thing that I have to say is a con for the builder is that, yes, okay, I'm not mad at that we get the same builder again. I just preferably would like to see something a little bit new or a little bit different, you know, but that's okay. I don't think it'll make or break the game. The only other thing that I have to say about the builder is that the body types are not within the builder itself, okay? You have to, the body types are now still earned through the gym, but they did add some type of incentive, which now is you still have to go do the drills and the workouts. As if I scroll down here, you can see attribute refresh here at the bottom. So you have to do 12 unique workouts in the Gatorade facility, okay, which will take 3 weeks, right? You do 4 drills a week. Once you get these all done, though, you unlock Workout Warrior, which will every player new and existing will now get 99 stamina, a permanent turbo meter boost, and all body types. So they didn't completely fix it, but they improved it and added some stuff on top of it. So whilst we're not getting body types in the builder, right? Now what will happen is once we do these 12 drills, now every player will get body types. As of this year, you had to, right, get on every player. You had to do it separately. But on top of that, you will now get 99 stamina off rip on new players, a turbo boost meter, and all body types. So they gave us some incentives with that permanent turbo boost and 99 stamina on new players and existing players. So that's really good. So I'm kind of in the middle on the body types, but that is cool, okay? So let's move on to takeovers. With the takeovers, let's get right into it, okay? I kind of have, you know, a little concerns with it, but nothing too crazy, all right? The only concern I have is there's 72 of these takeovers. That seems like a little too many, okay? I feel like we don't need 72 takeovers in one game. The other thing that I'm kind of on the, you know, not so great side about is that these takeovers are stat dependent. As you see at the bottom here, there are requirements to get certain takeovers. You know, I kind of enjoyed the aspect of being able to pick a takeover that kind of boosted me in one section that I might not be so strong in that would excel me. But with that being said, I kind of like some of the changes they made. As you see, takeover is now levels 1 through 5, and you earn this as you heat up during the game, okay? As you see, level 1, 2 stats, and as you make it up to level 5, you will get up to a +7, okay? So you no longer have to get takeover to activate it. As you heat up in the game, you will start to get a stat boost. Slowly but surely. So I thought that was a really cool idea. And on top of that, there are 14 takeover abilities, as you see at the end. The deep post bag, easier to beat defenders with post back downs, moves, fakes, and shots. So I thought that was a really cool idea. Whilst there's, I feel like, too many, and the stat dependent thing is kind of an issue, that's whatever. But let's move forward going into the badges. With the badges, super good. I am so excited about some of these changes they made to the badges. Wow. First off, badge regression is gone, y'all. You no longer will lose badges if you don't use them. Thank you. That was probably my #1 request that I made when I made a video a while ago, is please get rid of badge regression. And they did it. I think they knew that that was the stupidest shit they've ever put in a fucking video game before, okay? So thank you, 2K, for doing that, okay? On top of that, they have finally simpled down the badges. There's only 40 badges now, y'all. They have dumbed down and combined all badges that don't necessarily need multiple badges. For example, we have something called Layup Mixmaster. Remember all the layup badges we had this year, like Spin Cycle and, oh my goodness, I can't think, Spin Cycle and Scooper. those badges now have all been combined into one. I feel like float game could have also been put in there, but that is fine. But as you see, we got some new badges here, a lot of old ones you see, and a lot of combined new badges, but there's only 40 now, so there's not a lot you have to worry about, okay? That's less grinding you have to do and easier for you to get. On top of that, as you see, badges will now be split into tier 1 and 2. I think that'll be dependent on what your build is strengthened towards. Obviously, like if you're a slasher, your tier 1 badges are supposed to be your best ones, so I'm assuming tier 1 will be like all finishing badges, and your tier 2 badges will be stuff that you're not so strong in. So just depending on what your stats are, right? It says tier 1's a little more difficult to progress through. I'm assuming you just need more experience to get your better badges, right? And on top of that, they have added a new tier. And if we scroll back up to here, if you see, there's now a red badge tier called Legendary, which is one step above Hall of Fame. I don't know how good it's going to be. I don't know if it scales with old Hall of Fame, and now the new Hall of Fame is a little bit less strengthened, but we will see what happens. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'm excited to see how those new legendary badges work. On top of that, we have some other things that they've added that I'm a little on the edge about, but I still think they're kind of cool. One of the new season awards is called Max +1, which will allow for you to get one of your badges a +1 rank. So if you have it on Hall of Fame, you can boost it up to Legend now, right? And as you see, this is something you'll unlock at level 15 and at level 30. One for tier 2 badge and one for a tier 1 badge. And as you see, at the end of the season, that will be reverted, and then you'll have to get it again on the next pass. So that's a neat idea. You know, it's temporary, and you know you can earn it back the next season. As you see, 2 other badge perks: participation, which is just you earn a flat base amount progression each game, regardless of how many times it's activated, and you have synergy, which is giving you badge progression based on if your teammates use that badge, right? So that's kind of cool. So, you know, if you need some catch and shoots and a lot of your teammates are doing catch and shoots, you'll get badge progression towards that. On top of that, performance multipliers are making a return from this year. As you see, up for the challenge, tough opponents. The other one is if you get good grades and if you win. As you know, these were in 2K24, so not too much about that. Last thing to do with badges is a new reward called Badge Elevators. Really cool badge idea. I really like what they did here. This is something you can earn, and basically what it is it takes the grind away. So if you unlock this, up to 3 levels with its max potential. So for example, here it says if you have a badge on bronze but its max potential is legend, it can immediately be boosted from bronze to silver to gold to Hall of Fame within one go. You don't have to grind the badge at all. So I guess in another case, if you have it on silver and you can get it on legend, now you can boost that badge straight to legend. And like I said, you have to be able to earn that badge. You can't just get a badge that you can't get to that level and boost it. It has to be a badge that you can get. But that's a really nice reward. So maybe there's a badge you don't necessarily want to grind, but you can now get it instantly. And as you see here, seasons 1 through 4 will be adding 2-level boosters that do 2 levels, and then the later seasons will be getting boosters that do 3 levels of boosters. So that's really cool. Let's move on to the next thing called Cap Breakers. So Cap Breakers, this is actually a really neat and cool idea / reward that they have added into the game this year. This is going to be a season reward with a total of 15 Cap Breakers that we'll be unlocking throughout the year. And as you see, this is going to be 15 additional skill attribute points that you can add towards your player, but no more than 5 in one stat, okay? So, but the good thing about this is, look, for example, if you are maxed out 85 in the builder, but you need an 87 for animations, takeovers, or badges, you can now boost that stat by 2 using Cap Breakers if you unlock them in the season pass, okay? Which now, like I said, will unlock animations, badges, and takeovers that may require 87 ball handle. This is such a really cool reward. I really enjoy this right here. I think this is actually very incentive. There was one thing that I had mentioned a while back that like some of these the season rewards are not incentive enough, but they're finally giving us incentive rewards to actually want to grind for, like these badge elevators and badge perks and Cap Breakers. These are very incentive things that I want to get on the game and earn so that I can get 15 extra attribute points towards my player and put them somewhere where maybe I want to get an extra badge upgrade or something. So when you're making your build, this is something very important to look for. As you see, like I said, it's a +5 cap in any stat. So whatever you make your build, think of what can I get +5 above that as well. So when you're in the builder, think about that. Let's move on to my career. I don't want to waste too much time on my career, but there are a few cool things that I wanted to mention. As you know, no longer it is the GOAT status. You are now grinding to be the best dynasty in my career. So cool, they changed it up a little bit. Cool thing you should do right here is there's something called flashbacks, and if you do these 4 flashbacks, you'll get a permanent My Points progression booster by 5%, so that's really neat. So I would go ahead and get that out of the way so you get a permanent 5% booster on that. Like I said, dynasty rankings, you want to become the best dynasty in my career, go ahead and do it. Improve key games, that's good. And now there's dynasty badges you can unlock for your team. The best thing that I want to mention for my career is this final closing out sentence they put right here. You can now earn XP within my career. You know how big of a W that is? Before you couldn't earn anything. Now, if you're strictly a my career player or you want to grind my career, get your build up at the beginning of the year, you will now not be behind on the season pass because you now unlock XP through playing my career games. So that is such a huge W for all people who don't enjoy playing online and for players who need to grind their build but don't want to get behind on that season pass. But yeah, overall, they've added so many good things, I think, this year. There are a few things I'm still kind of on the edge about and kind of like, we'll see what happens. But honestly, I can't determine until the gameplay comes out. But yeah, y'all, this was kind of an informational video. By the way, I stream on the weekly right now. Once 25 comes out, there'll be a lot more streams. And my streams are definitely a little more entertaining than this. I just wanted to put this out here and see, give my take and see what you guys think. So please leave a comment below. Tell me what you think and what you enjoy and don't enjoy. But yeah, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Later. Peace.